Om Shanti. In the Murli today, Baba says that the Hatha Yogis, sannyasis, they told us that if you live in the household, you can never be peaceful. So you go to the jungle and there you will be peaceful. But Baba says that I tell you that even in the jungle you cannot find peace. So there is no peace anywhere in this world. And there is this one sister and she's very widely traveled, and she was sharing her experience with me. She said that I was looking for one place in the world where there is no sound, and this was before Gyan. And she said that I went to many places in the world. I even sat in pyramids. I sat in the shore of an ocean. I sat in many places. And I tried to find a place in the world where there is no movement, no sound. It is absolutely peaceful. But she said, even in the most silent of places, there was some or the other sound. And then when she went to a place which was absolutely silent, no sound at all, and when she tried to meditate there, she heard the sound of her thoughts. And then she knew that it's not about outer silence, outer peace, it is about inner peace. And then Baba says that how do you stop the chatter of your mind? Or how do you make the sound of your mind melodious? So nobody dislikes music. Everybody dislikes noise. So how do you enable your mind to create music instead of noise? It is when you create thoughts, telling yourself that you are a peaceful soul. So Baba says, peace is your religion. Peace is the quality of the soul. And it is only when you turn your attention inwards and connect with your peaceful nature, your peace, original peace, which is your quality by design. Baba says, when you connect to that, can you feel peaceful? So Baba says, you keep looking outside for peace, there is no peace. And check during the day, how many times do you think that if behaviors changed or circumstances changed, you will feel peaceful? So Baba says, peace is a thought away. Peace is connecting with your nature of peace. And today Baba says something very important. Baba says, I, the soul, become a barrister, an engineer. Anything I become, I, the soul, am playing that role through the body. Yes, and I always think about this thing. People are very interested in the role they play. They say, I don't want to become an engineer, I want to become a doctor. Or I don't want to be a lawyer, I want to be an engineer. So people are very interested in the role they play. But Baba says, what you should be interested in is the soul who is playing the role. And it doesn't matter what role you're playing. but the kind of soul you are reflects in the role you play. And when you meet a child, you ask them, what do you want to become? Yes? Do you ask this question? What is your plan of career? Or what do you plan to become? Do you ask your children this question? Or your neighbor's children? Or your children's friends? We keep asking these questions. But the question you should really ask is, what kind of a person you want to become? So, whether you are a lawyer or an engineer or a doctor or a teacher or a cobbler or a barber, doesn't matter. What matters is whether you are an honest barber or a dishonest barber, a diligent engineer or a lazy one, whether you're punctual and sincere or not. So what matters is the quality of the soul playing that role. Whether you are pure being playing that role of an engineer or an impure one. And it is your quality that decides your destiny. Your role may decide how much money you earn, but whether that money will come to your help when you need it is decided by you who is playing that role. And if you're not interested in improving your quality, then that money that you earn through the role will not come to your rescue. And I'm telling you, in this journey of spirituality, I have kept my eyes and ears open and really saw how what Baba says plays out in the world. And I have seen very wealthy people, people with big contacts, people with great physical health, leading very miserable lives. Very miserable lives. And that life is a product of who you are. Your experience of life, your experience of your inner experience of life is a product of the quality of the soul you are. It's not a product of what you have or what you do. And Baba says these days we have become very body conscious. So the title that the body is given, or whatever we have or we do through the body, matters a lot these days. But Baba says you have to become soul conscious, because what really matters is the quality of the soul that's using the body. And how do you improve the quality of the soul? It's by becoming soul conscious, becoming aware of your qualities, remembering Baba, and changing your resonance through this connection with Baba. And Baba says that's what you need to pay attention to. So this is one thing. And then Baba in the Murli today says, sweet children, you and not the father have the parts of heroes and heroines in this unlimited drama. Only the father has the art of purifying the impure. So Baba uses a word part a lot in the Murli. And today Baba says, you have the part of purifying the impure. Now you have the part of playing the hero and heroine, and Baba has the art of purifying the impure. So now, what is a part? So Baba says, the knowledge of the soul includes the knowledge that every soul has a recording inside of itself. Yes, every soul has a recording inside itself. You have a recording inside you. I have a recording inside me. And that's my part. And when I pass through the time cycle, according to the time, the recording inside of me is emerging. Okay? So if you have seen those old gramophones, so those gramophones have a recording inside, and then there is a needle. And then wherever the needle strikes, that piece starts playing. So Baba says, you also have a recording inside you, and time is the needle. And whenever you reach a certain point in time, that recording starts playing. Okay? Now, if you think about and churn this point a lot, you will realize that basically anything on the external is immaterial. So the situations outside and anything outside, the state of the body, anything doesn't matter. Because you are always doing and playing whatever is recorded inside of you. And if you are able to clear this illusion that the external determines how I feel and behave, then you will be able to choose to play your part completely unadulterated in any setting. Because it is inside you. Now let's understand this thing. So you see, when I was in school, I was taught that Buddha saw an old man, a sick man, and a dying man. And these three scenes made Buddha take up sannyas. He left the home because he saw these three scenes. I saw many old men, dying men, and sick men. I never thought of taking sannyas. Yes, we all saw so many old people, sick people, dying people, but you didn't leave the home and take sannyas. Why? So it's not about what he saw, it's about who he is. Okay. It's always about the recording inside of you. Yes. There is this one sister, she told me that she saw this video where Shivani Ben was saying that you shouldn't eat non-vegetarian food because when there is a dead body in your house, you don't cook food until that dead body is taken away. Yes? So when there is a dead body in the house, you suspend cooking until that dead body is taken away. So how can you eat a dead body? So when you can't eat food in the presence of a dead body, how can a dead body become your food? So she said that this point that was shared in the video inspired her so much that she couldn't eat non-vegetarian food after that. And then she said that I shared that video with many of my family members in anticipation that they would feel the same way. They would also be inspired to live non-vegetarian just like her through that video. But she said nobody left non-veg food and they relished it just like before, even after watching the video. but she said that video made my life turn around. So do you understand that it's not about the video? It's about the part that is recorded inside of her. And that video is powerless if the part inside her doesn't allow her to leave non-veg. So everything that is recorded inside us is manifesting itself when the needle of time strikes. So the situations have got nothing to do with us. What is important is the part inside me and the needle of the time. Okay, these are the two important factors. Now there are many Baba's children, and you ask them, what inspired you? What happened? Do you have any experience to share? Why you came to Baba? There are many who say, no, we came just like that. We liked Baba and we surrendered. That's it. There is no drama in the life. Okay, so according to drama, you get inspired even when there is no inspiration outside. So whatever you are doing is according to the part that's contained inside you. And Baba says that this part is a prefixed part. This whole recording is a prefixed thing. Everyone has a recording in themselves, and according to time, they start manifesting whatever is inside of them. And Baba says that you, the children, have the part of hero and heroine in this drama. Now, who is you, the children? So, since you are sitting before Baba listening to the Murli today, yes, you could have missed the Murli today, but why are you the one who is listening to the Murli today? It's not by chance. It's because you are that one. Okay, so nothing is happening by chance. You are that one. That's why you are sitting and listening to these words by Baba. And Baba says, you are the ones who have the part of the hero and heroine. Now, what does hero and heroine mean? So whenever you watch a drama, you watch a movie, so the hero and heroine are the ones who are in charge of how the drama moves. Okay, so the hero heroine, when they rise, then everybody else rises. When they fall, everybody falls. So Baba says, you are the ones who are the main characters in this drama. And when Baba comes, you are the ones who start listening to Baba and doing as he says. Automatically. Yes, and not everybody does the same, because not everybody is a main actor, you know. So we are all heroes and heroines according to, we are all number wise also. And Baba says, you are the heroes and heroines, and you are the ones who start taking the initiative. Yes, and you see, there may be 5 members in your family, but you will be the one who will start listening to Baba, who will start purifying the food, who will start doing stuff. Why? Because you are the ones who are meant to take the initiative in this rise of the world. So you are the ones who will take the first step. By default, this is the design. Yes, and then you see, in my Lokik family, there is nobody else in Gyan. I'm the only one. Yes, and still I felt like this is the most natural thing to me. I never saw anybody doing it in my surrounding, but it appeared to be the most natural thing for me to do. Why? Because that part is recorded inside me. So Baba says, you have the part of being the hero and heroine, and when you start doing things, many will follow. So you are the ones who will take the first step, and this is how it is recorded. So don't question why me. There is no why me. Everybody is doing what they are preordained to do. And Baba says, Baba doesn't play the part of the heroine. Baba only comes and gives the knowledge and power for purity. And we are the ones who start accepting and embracing that purity and changing the world into a pure world. So there is a part in each of us, and we are only doing what is recorded inside us. And if you look at it this way, you will understand that basically the effort that we are making is also not effort, it is the natural thing to do. Yes, what I think is being a BK is not effort making, because we have this sanskar of laziness these days. Doing anything is very difficult. So that's why it looks like an effort. Otherwise, being a BK is the most natural thing for all BKs. So I think that, following Baba's Srimat takes effort, but then it takes the least of effort of all that we could do. So if we did anything else, it would require more effort than this. Yes. And I once heard a saying, and that saying is very beautiful. So, if until the price of not changing is greater than the price of changing, people don't change. Until the price of not changing is greater than the price of changing, people don't change. And I have realized on this journey, this law starts working. When I came to Baba, there was a point until which I felt sleep is more precious than Amrit Vela meditation. There was a point until which I felt that. And then I didn't choose to get up until then. But then there came a point where deep inside me, I knew, felt, realized, and could feel it to my bones that getting up is more profitable than sleeping. And it's only then that I started getting up early. So there is this whole thing, when the part emerges, then becoming a Brahmin, becoming a deity feels natural to us. Everything is an effort because we are very lazy in Kali Yuga. But then this requires the least of effort. And I also came to a stage where I realized that sleeping is painful, getting up is easy. Because if someday I slept and I wasted 2 hours, after I got up, I felt so much of loss within myself. The experience of loss was so much that dealing with that was more difficult than getting up in the morning. So this is how the part emerges, and Baba says you have the part of being the heroine. And connected with this, there is this thing that Baba says in the Murli, that everything around you is predestined. And whatever is happening second by second, that same scene happens every 5,000 years. So Baba says you should know that it is nothing new. And just like you treat something that happens every day, you are not shocked, you're not surprised, you're not worried. You don't say, You don't ask why, what, because it's something that happens every day. So Baba says, when you look at any scene, you should know it is nothing new because it happens every 5,000 years. And how will or when will you be able to say nothing new? When you have totally understood that your response and the scene are not connected with each other. So, when you have understood that you have to do what's there in your part, your act depends on your character. It doesn't depend on the scene. Yes, when you have dissociated your act from the scene, then you will be able to say nothing new for the scene. Yes. Now you see, take a situation. There is somebody who talks sweetly to you. There is somebody who talks in a callous manner to you, looking like they are not interested in you. And there is somebody who talks bitterly to you. In all of the three scenes, you just have to respond with love and peace. Because that's your character. So, how does it matter, or why does it matter if the three scenes are different from each other? And why are you caught up in the scene? It's because if you are not soul conscious, if you are not aware of who you are, then you get caught up in the scene. But if you are completely aware of who you are and what you have to do, then whatever is happening outside doesn't matter. Yes, I will tell you one thing. Pre-COVID, I knew I have to get up, meditate, study and teach. Then when COVID came, there was lockdown. I knew I again have to do these four things. Get up, meditate, study and teach. So I just had to figure out how do I do this. So the context changed. The method changed. But I did the same thing I did earlier. Because that's my part. And if I've understood my part, it doesn't matter what's happening outside. You just be concerned about how you continue playing your part. And when you are interested in just that, then you are able to convince the universe to support you in playing your part. You don't have to resist the drama. You have to be very aware of your part and take the support of the drama to play your thing. And you must understand that whatever is happening is not powerful enough to stop you from playing your part. Okay? And you are not playing your part in anybody's context. Your part is inside of you, it's recorded in you. And the only context in which you play your part is Baba. Okay? So if you have understood you are a soul playing your part with Baba, and you have really done the work that Baba asks you to do, which is disconnect your part from people, places and things, then you will be able to say nothing new to any scene whatsoever that comes in the drama. Does that make sense to you? Yes? If you have understood that everything else is changeable and you have stopped seeing your part in their context, and you understand that your part is played in the context of Baba and Srimad, then you will always be able to play your part irrespective of the external context, which will keep shifting all the time. Okay, so this is what Baba says today, nothing new. And Baba says, you never have to be afraid, worried, concerned, anything about anything that's happening outside, because it happens every 5,000 years. And this exact scene comes, and then all you have to do is keep doing what Baba says, and you go to heaven anyway. And this happens every 5,000 years. And then Baba in the Murli today talks about the questions that are raised when you tell people that in the body of Brahma Baba, Shiv Baba descends. Okay? And then they ask, why is this human, this person alone, the person in whom Shiv Baba descends? So then Baba says, you have to tell them the secret that this one was the first prince of Satyug, Sri Krishna, and that same soul who was the purest is now impure, and then Baba can only make the number one again number one. So he has to come into that body and tell us. So you see that time can only emerge what's there in the soul. So Baba says every soul has a recording, and there is recording number wise in every soul. So in this whole world there are 33 crore deity souls. And when Baba comes, he comes in the body of that first deity, Sri Krishna soul, Brahma Baba. And Baba says, it is in his body that I descend, because he is the one who is predestined to again become the number one. And then when I speak to everybody, but the truth that I speak rings a bell in the heart of the one that is a deity soul. So only the deity souls listen to that truth hidden in what I speak, and then their part allows them to listen to it and become who they are again. So Baba says this is the secret of the drama. Adi so Ant. So who you were in the beginning is what you will become at the end. So it is a cycle, and you can only become that at the end what you were in the beginning. So Baba says, when I come into a body, that one whose body it is becomes the number one. So that one has to be the one who was number one. So Baba says that is the Sri Krishna soul, and this one is the one who is now impure, and he is Brahma Baba, so I descend into his body. So Baba tells us these spiritual secrets today. And then Baba today says, those who are ignorant of limited desires are the one who have great wealth. So Baba also gives us the definition of who a wealthy person is. So if you see someone who is a billionaire and a multi-billionaire, and then they are miserly and discontented, and they speak the language, I want more, then are they wealthy? So in Hindi there is a saying, Lobhi nar kangal hai, dukh pavat dukh det. So they say the one who is greedy is always a pauper, and he gives sorrow and takes sorrow. Because greed is what makes you a beggar. It's not how much you have, but if you have the sanskar of greed, nothing will ever be enough. And you will feel loss at every second, and you will always try to snatch from the other person. This is the sign of a pauper. It's not the sign of a wealthy person. And who is wealthy? A person who is contented. A person whose heart says, I have found God and God is enough. And I don't need anything else. I have everything I need. That's a wealthy person. So Baba says, those who are ignorant of limited desires. And Baba says that when you find Baba, you come to a place where you say, I don't want anything physical. So limited desires end, but desires drive life. So then your desires shift to unlimited desires. Behad ki kamna. What is that? You have spiritual desire. The desire to be pure. The desire to be closest to Baba's heart. The desire to sit on Baba's heart throne. The desire to be that child who inherits Baba's property completely. So Baba says, this is the pure desire that a contented soul will have. Don't you think we have desires? We have desires, right? Even when we wear white and renounce the limited desires, we have desires. And what is the desire which propels us to do seva day and night? That desire is the desire to sit in Baba's heart throne. So I personally want to be Baba's favorite child. I want to be the one who Baba always remembers whenever he thinks about any seva. I want to be that one who takes Baba's full inheritance and becomes the ruler in Satyug. So Baba says that is the desire that comes when limited desires finish. And Baba says the one who has limited desires, physical desires, is a beggar. He is not wealthy. So wealth doesn't make you wealthy. Being free from desires, physical desires, makes you wealthy. Get this very right, okay? Otherwise, we will be running after something that doesn't make us wealthy at all. Om Shanti.